Hey Vision Chasers, it's Dr. Bird here with your quote of the week. And it goes like this: life shrinks or expands in proportion to one's courage. Once again, life shrinks or expands in proportion to one's courage. Courage is important. Now, here's the thing about life. People have varying life experiences, and it's unfortunate, but when we're born into this world, we don't get to choose what kind of situation we're born into. So you have people who are born into really good situations that set them up nicely to chase their vision of success. And then you have people who are born in not so good situations where there are even more obstacles preventing them or making it more difficult for them to chase their vision of success. Now, it's not impossible. It is not impossible for people born in these not so great situations. And so that's what I want to talk about, because there's an equalizer there, and it's all about courage. You see, when we talk about the life, when we talk about living a big life, that's the size of your life, we're talking about opportunities. You're living a big life if you've got multiple opportunities coming your way. If you've got influential people in your life who are willing to help you and give you words of wisdom and feedback, your life is big if you have people in your life who care about you and who will look out for you. So it's not always tied to money, right? You're also living the big life if you've understood your purpose. You know what your purpose is. Your vision of success is tied directly to your purpose, why you're here on earth. And so when you're living that big life, it's a wonderful life, isn't it? Do you see what I did right there? It's a wonderful life when you're making great decisions and your life is big. It's a wonderful life. It's not all about money, but it feels good when you know you're doing the things that you are supposed to do. But as the quote says, it takes courage. You see, life is small if you don't have courage, because that means there are things that you're missing. There's limited opportunity, limited influential people, limited information that leads to very important transformation. You see, with courage, when we talk about courage, we remember people who have a lot of courage. We remember and celebrate people who are courageous in the face of odds that were stacked against them. You think about the movies we watch, TV shows, books we read. The hero in the story is someone that we really care about, but there's just so many things coming against them, trying to prevent them from accomplishing their goal. But because they're courageous, we admire those people. We pay attention to those characters. So here it is. If you don't have courage, it's going to be very, very difficult to chase your vision of success. And here's why. It's because when you're chasing your vision of success, ultimately there are going to be times when you're going to have to take a risk. In doing so, in taking a risk, even though you may have a plan put together, but because we're human, but because we don't know the future, sometimes, not all the times, but sometimes we are going to miss the mark. We're going to fail. We're going to make a mistake. And coming back from failure takes courage, because it doesn't feel good to fail. It's a tough pill to swallow. It's a tough experience to get over. But we must do it if we're going to get closer to that vision of success, because with failure comes that feedback, that information that we need to try again with better information. But it takes courage to think that way. So chasing your vision of success requires that you take advantage of opportunities. And as I've told you before, opportunity is nothing but extra work. Opportunity is extra work. And so it takes courage. It takes courage in order to believe in the goal that you've set, to believe in what you feel is your purpose in life and move forward. When you're doing extra work, your friends are probably out playing. When you're doing extra work, there's probably other fun things that you're missing out on that others are doing. And so they're kind of just looking at you a little bit differently because you have the courage to believe in this vision of success to where you're going to sacrifice that in order to put in extra work. And speaking of other people, it takes courage to look different. Working with teenagers, I hear it all the time. Teenagers giving reasons why they didn't try something or they didn't give an answer because they didn't want to look a certain way in the eyes of their peers. Well, I'll tell you what, if you want a big life, if you want a wonderful life, you're going, and I'm not just talking about cash, but if you want to really live in your purpose, if you want to really chase that vision of success, you're going to have to look a little bit odd in the eyes of others, and you're going to have to be courageous and be comfortable looking different. And I know that is not easy. It takes courage. But that's the thing about success is a lot of it it starts up here. How you think, how you see things. And then once you really make it up in your mind that this is my vision, this is my plan, and this is the way I see these things, and then that's going to dictate how you act, even though it may be uncomfortable. That's where your courage comes from, and how you think and how you see things. So it's going to be very important that you spend a lot of time drawing up your plan as we enter the new year. What are the goals? What's your vision? What are you planning to do? What are the steps that you need to take in order to get there? It's important. Get those things down on paper so that you can expand your life. And once again, we're not just talking about cash. So I want you to think about that. And until we meet again, have a wonderful week. Merry Christmas, and keep chasing the vision. Bye.